said this is part of the commercial.
Yeah, but he's booking it for Monday Night Football slots.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I did
It's like #1 ratings, so it's
man.
gonna be cool.
So we are gonna go live on the audio
That's why you
in
sneak
just
Brack
a
pizza.
minute.
Like just in the background of some shots, I can say like, let's go to Brackfield County and where they bring later. I just have to keep repeating it in someone's head. That's the whole
Has your
theory.
feet or foot?
Yeah, it's black magic.
Are we supposed to be
With
talking
K.
about this?
It's Brack magic.
Brack magic. I said WMBF. I was like, we mean Brackfoot. Brackfoot's in
We
the
need
name.
Brackfoot. You know Brackfoot's not real.
Brackfoot's real, folks. If you're out there, you should know. Oh, my next theory is to invent a campaign that's out to get Brackfoot, to stop him. And so we start saying like Brackfoot's not real, or we say like you have to stop Brackfoot. Like just stop Brackfoot. People are like, what does that fucking mean? Just stop it. So,
Did you hear about that representative from Virginia who's
I
into Brackfoot porn?
certainly did. Yes.
You said that we started that.
Right, because see, there was a joke with like trivia where I ask certain questions and then someone will die like right afterwards, and everyone will blame me for it. They're like, "Why'd you bring up Yogi Bear? You just killed him, you know, whatever." And it's
The day after.
I've got a slew of them.
The fucking day after.
Oh, if I could real quick, I
Yeah.
had a recent one.
Yeah.
So like, it was in Florence one night, and I asked the halftime question. I go up for a cigarette, and I'm looking at my phone, just seeing, and it's like, oh shit, Barbara Bush died.
Yeah.
So I go back inside, I give the answers, and I'm like, guys, while I was outside, I just figured, I just found out, so I figure I should tell everybody. I'm just like, Barbara Bush died. And there's, all the ladies just like, throughout the room. And then I'm like, all right, your next 3 categories. And I'm just like, holy shit, guys, I didn't mean to do this. And it was just first category of round 2, first ladies.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Barbara Bush question,
Right.
but it was just like
It's
that.
odd
And I was
how it
just,
But you have to give them at least a hint because you have to be like, it's not Barbara Bush.
yeah, I was like, I did not.
We had 2 things. One, Barbara Bush is included in my curse, but only I kind of knew she was ailing, so I was like, just
So
throwing it
you
in there.
wrote a Barbara Bush question?
Yeah.
Oh, so at that point you were just trying to keep the
But
streak
here's the
alive.
craziest one is the last one of the year.
Anyone
that I
whose
did.
last name starts with B. Yeah. Did you kill Bowie too?
Oh, no, actually, as soon as Barbara Bush died, I was like, anyone got a picture of her tits? No, but
Jesus, this is awful.
The last trivia of the year at Bubba's, I did true or false. Coco the monkey is alive, and the answer was true. The last one that I did of this season, and right afterwards, Coco the monkey. Gorilla.
And there wasn't really enough outrage about that. It's like Harambe,
Yeah,
that never
flash in
stopped.
the pan.
And Coco was, first of all, how old was Coco? Like 40?
Forever old. We've been hearing about Coco like
Coco is old as shit. She cried when Robin Williams died.
Yeah, well,
Coco.
gee, that wasn't that long ago.
Coco Love.
I'm just saying, Coco.
Remember when her cat died?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, that was like the early
So
90s, I
sad.
feel like.
Coco.
But Coco was mentioned on Seinfeld.
Huh. Yeah, I remember that. Do you know that Coco could never ask a question? They could only answer questions or make statements. They couldn't ask questions. Didn't understand that.
No, it's because she learned through her heart. Give her a big dumb girl.
They didn't teach her questions because she'd be like, "Why am I in this sterile room all the time with this dead cat? What's going on?"
Why have no vocal cords?
Yeah.
Dicks
Why-
out for Harambe.
Oh, fuck Harambe, man. Flash in the pan, motherfucker. Coco's the real story.
Coco's the real deal.
All
But
right.
I'm saying his
so-
death was not a flash in the pan, but yet hers was.
Yes. So
That's
this
true.
in the second half.
So dicks out for Coco.
Dicks out for Coco, indeed. In the second half of my stuff, we're gonna give you guys a little taste of what the Sunset Grill is about.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
boy.
Well, this is gonna be like this is gonna be an odd Sunset Grill piece, but I like it. It's adding to it's just all adding to the story. Oh, wait. So I was gonna say, the whole point of me bringing all that up about the trivia thing or whatever is that I started to believe, honestly, that if you just keep repeating something and doing it or whatever, like, it's like, if you ever read the book The Secret, because I haven't, but people tell me that's what it's about. But there's also, the Buddhists believe that sometimes that we're manifesting reality. So the idea is you just keep repeating something and then it like basically becomes something. So that was like the concept behind, like Donald Trump did it. He kept showing up in our movies as kids. He kept showing up everywhere. On the Howard Stern show. Everywhere you look, there's a Trump game at your Goodwill. Here's some Trump steaks and whatever. It's branding. But at the same time, I think he might have tapped into like evil magic. Like people believe that about pentagrams. Like
Like-
you can just spread them out.
It's
and-
almost like a Cerebro type deal.
Sort of, I would say.
Professor X's mutant
Yes,
finding
yes.
machine. Like he just infected the minds of the entire.
He infected
Yeah.
the minds. So like he had a good shot at being president when you're like, I know that guy. Yeah, he's an asshole. Yeah, he's always been an asshole. He's been around, he's been an asshole. I remember when he called Rosie O'Donnell fat. I remember when he walked by and smugly said some shit to Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone. And you're like, you know,
I thought he was just like it's down there.
yeah, he did. But he still looks like an asshole. Every time I saw him, he always looked like, you remember Gremlins 2? Clamp Industries, which is totally.
I always forget the name of the
It's
last
Clamp,
name.
but it's exactly that. They said that this guy is like a crazy megalomaniac who's going to take over the world, and they thought about Trump when they built this guy all the way back in Gremlins 2. And his idea with Clamp was to like take over the world. So his logo is a clamp on the world. So it's like it's a big C and it's a clamp on the world. Very funny.
It's
Gremlins 2.
mine now.
But it's crazy. And I mean, yeah, there's the things about the Simpsons and everything else. But using that's what.
Are those real though? Are those things real?
Yeah, the Simpsons ones.
Yeah.
Totally
Dude,
great.
Simpsons did it first.
Comes down on the escalator.
That really
It's a
happened.
real
Like that
thing.
was not
Yes.
Well, that wasn't the first. I didn't know about the escalator one.
Like Trump announced he was running for president coming down his escalator.
Yeah.
And in The Simpsons, Trump comes down his escalator and I think announces that he's.
and somebody
Yeah,
drops like a poster in the same exact spot that
Yeah.
a poster falls. Like it is. Have you not seen this?
Well, no.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
What I know, because here's what I'm familiar with, which it's an earlier, so like it's no later than season 10, where it's the one where Lisa sees her future and she becomes president, and she's like, we have to fix the budget after like president. Like it suggested that Trump was the
Right.
president right before her, and I
I
think
think
that
I've
was the
heard of that
first
too.
reference. But I mean, hell, they might have done two.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much content in this. Is they're gonna hit something right,
Yeah.
and you could kind of see, like, if you thought about Trump back in the day, that he might have been on a trajectory to at least someone to nudge him at some point and go, you should run for president. At least that.
Well,
The fact that he did
have
it
you
is
seen?
madman, but-
Not to get too Trumpian, but have you seen that? It's not free on YouTube anymore. It costs money now. But it was a documentary that was made in like 1992 or 93, and then it was never released. You know, I don't know if he really like stifled it or not, but that's what it says before it. But it's just there's
Does it cast him in a bad light?
like there's no like curveballs thrown at you. It's just like let's just sit in it because it's about the 90s, like his first like fall.
Mm-hmm.
And like the very last guy they're talking to he goes, because at this point you don't know if he's gonna. I guess this is when he was like $8 billion in debt,
Mm-hmm.
and after all the banks told him to go fuck himself and casinos failing, which how you do I don't know. But the last guy they talked to, remember this is like '92, I think. He's like, and he's either gonna just retire to like Central America and become like a Howard Hughes kind of figure, or he's gonna come back and he's gonna be the biggest supervillain the world's ever seen. And,
Wow.
like, I watched this before the election, and I was
Is
just
Roger
like,
Stone telling us?
holy.
That Roger Stone guy, he's been on the right side of history a bunch of times, like knowing what would happen. He's a supervillain. That
Yeah,
guy.
he's just vicious.
Have you seen
He's-
Get Me Roger Stone, the documentary?
Like that's one of the. I haven't watched that movie for the same reason I haven't watched Antichrist.
Yeah.
Like
right.
I'm just not sure if I can handle it.
He embraces that role. Like he
Yeah,
loves
I
to be
know.
that
He's
guy.
just like this flamboyant.
Yeah. Wearing a top hat and
Fucking
round
Nixon
glasses.
tattoo.
Yeah, Nixon
What the
tattoo.
fuck? He's like the bros of the world's cool uncle.
Yeah. It's just totally insane, that guy.
All right, so here's the on this screen over here. Let me get this thing where you can see it and hope that the audio doesn't come
Oh,
out.
I saw some crusty.
So the video of him going down the escalator. Look at this sign here that falls.
Yeah. Melania's looking good.
All right,
Yeah.
the sign falls.
Seen her naked.
All right, here you go. Here's the
Year
Simpsons.
2000.
The vote sign falls there.
You know, that
Someone
person.
drops a sign too?
Yep. The yellow sign.
I
Come
mean,
on, Simpsons.
That person could just be like a huge Simpson.
Yeah,
fan.
really.
And, like they got some inside scoop, and they were like,
But
"Well,
to
I'm
think
gonna go
that-
drop that fucking sign."
That camera angle though, it's like it is identical. And instead of Homer, it's Melania.
Exactly.
Home Melania and 2. Home
Oh my God.
Christ.
You've done it again,
I'm
Nora.
telling you, the universe provides.
Jesus.
Alexa, turn off.
Jesus.
So we were going to talk about these. You have a rebuttal to the Sunset Grill podcast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you left undone?
I mean, do you guys want to give a refresh?
NXIVM is a huge cult that's taking over the world, and it got revealed that no, they weren't. They were just a giant sex slave cult. Allison Mack is like a master underneath him. Also, new information that was on Sunset Girls that she used to make the women take pictures of themselves after they were done as more of her collateral, and then they had to prove that they had sex with Keith Raniere. And not only that, but Allison Mack is the one who decided whether or not they were allowed to enjoy themselves. Like, she would tell the women, like, you can have sex with them, but you can't enjoy yourself. And then if they were really good, they'd be like, you can enjoy yourself this time.
See, all right.
That's
So I did after so I'm driving to and from Florence last night, and I finally got a chance to listen to the whole episode. And I'm like, what it ends with, fuck you, Seth. I'm like, all right, well, like, I was because the whole time I'm listening, and I'm like, man, maybe it was a little worse than I thought. And then so I'm like, well, I guess I gotta go home and research it.
Yeah.
So I read a few articles, because I'd only read a couple before that. And then I was just like, man, these are just the worst white people problems I've ever seen. What I chalk it up to is just like all these women, they were already like affluent, and they are just like had become like bored with life, and then like they realized they had never had to work for anything.
Right.
And then this guy who is just L. Ron Hubbardian.
Very, yes.
But what he did was just basically he cheats at life. Like, he gets you to like learn how to fool your own emotions.
Yeah.
And eventually fuck him.
Yep.
And so I just and another thing about your sensationalizing was you kept saying child trafficking, and I found no evidence of that.
100%. She's charged. Allison Mack is charged.
No, I read her charges.
Yeah.
I read the actual charges. It says nothing about says nothing about minors.
Whoa. Where are you reading your charges at?
Oh.
I mean, I have a court document. Like, you can find the actual court document.
I know. Do you want me to tell you where I saw it?
Where?
Snopes.
Okay. Well, we're done here, sir.
Oh, Joe.
Pack it up, boys.
You mean
Soaps,
Soros
guys.
soaps?
Soaps, guys. No, actual court document, unless this is a fake court document, which I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, are you accusing the one I looked at to be a fake court document?
I have a court document that says that she's trapped a minor. Like, I don't know what that one that says that I don't have that is another thing. but
yes,
but I can tell
that's a damn good argument.
And I can tell you, if you look back into, like, there are so many court documents because this has been going on really since 2015. We're just hearing about it now, but in upstate New York, this is old hat. Like, everybody knows
I know.
this shit.
Oh, yeah, but and this Rainier, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just.
These are specifically the charges against Allison Mack.
And then what is it? The Bromphams.
Yeah, the Bronfmans.
Yeah.
And the lady,
like you guys even alluded to the other day, she's just mad that she was never hot and like rich, and so she's like, I need some self-empowerment, and then I am gonna ruin these girls' lives. I thought you said it.
I said that, but I was reading it from somewhere.
You were like, you think with all that money she would take a little better care
oh
of herself.
no, that was my buddy James on a.
Oh
on
yeah, that's
Facebook.
right. You were
Yeah.
paraphrasing him.
My buddy James said that on Facebook. Was like, man, she's totally just pissed off that she wasn't hotter. That's pretty accurate. But I don't know. The thing that bothers me about this whole situation is that this kind of thing is going on at this level, and nobody has figured it out yet, which leads me to believe that if someone who's being looked into as much as these celebrities are, if someone's being looked into as much as these celebrities are on the regular, then why not? Why has nobody noticed this yet? Does that mean that people in the actual world who don't have as much of a spotlight on can just that much more easily get away with it?
You know what? I don't know the answer to that. Yes, I think that, I think it goes against, people don't want to know this kind of stuff, and so there's already like, especially about someone who's friend.
Oh, it's because because it's like a PDF, like